Thank you, Frankie. Many people living with an acquired disability like PTSD, opioid addiction, or alcoholism can try to mask the symptoms by not speaking to anyone about it. And now technology has advanced so far that those who are suffering can find some of the help they need by putting on a different kind of mask. In today's Finding Hope, I'm taking a closer look at how the world of virtual reality is changing lives. For many, virtual reality is the latest and greatest way for gamers to escape the real world and have a little fun. For others, it can be a life-saving tool, something demonstrated in a study done last year.
Somebody who had was diagnosed with PTSD went through a VR treatment program, and then after completing the program, went through and to get re-diagnosed and did not get diagnosed as having PTSD.
It's something VR1 owner Brendan Smythe has seen firsthand with a war veteran who often comes into his virtual arcade.
He actually goes and does full missions in virtual reality, so he's actually on the ground. From there, he can actually complete the mission, have a goal in mind, take off the headset, go home feeling happy and completed.
From veterans of war to former athletes whose careers may have ended because of debilitating injuries, former ball players can now get back on the virtual field without fear of injury.
They're actually engaging in something that they're not able to do anymore, which is kind of what those developed kind of disabilities happen over the years of not being able to do something that you love to do. It starts to have a negative impact on your life.
While it may be easy to say yes to getting back on the field, in real life it's incredibly hard for people with addiction problems to say no. That's something else VR has begun addressing.
They've developed an app to simulate the environment where you may fall into that trap again and you may start to use drugs again or alcohol, and they put you in that environment, into a virtual environment, and have people pressure you and have you be in that scenario to teach you to say no, so that when the first time that happens, you've already had multiple training sessions to say no, like I'm done with that.
Or virtual situations for those who might still be addicted to opioids or other drugs that are fighting to live a sober life.
Going on the beach and they're seeing the waves and they have animals passing by them, and that's very relaxing to them, and it triggers those brain stimulation that kind of the drug would.
But no matter your affliction, one thing that every one of us deals with at some point is stress. That's another issue VR can help with.
You don't have the ability to maybe walk down over to the Boise River because you work downtown. You can put on the headset and suddenly you can be in a mountain meadow with the breeze flowing around you and the birds chirping in the air, and you can just sit and hang out and begin to feel that same effect as if you were actually there.
Most of these innovations have only become mainstream over the past 3 to 4 years, while programs and applications continue to be developed and evolve. In the meantime, local residents should be excited to know that they can get much of the virtual help they might need right here in the Treasure Valley.
The future is really bright for AR and VR in addressing these types of issues, so I think we're just barely scratching the surface.
And if you think virtual reality could be beneficial to you or someone you know, or to find out more about the benefits, try contacting Black Box VR in Boise or VR1 in Eagle. And coming this Saturday, VR1 will open a brand new location in downtown Boise.